Hey guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a whip and chat with you guys on this piece of art and I'm absolutely in love with it. I hope that you enjoy and let's get started. Okay guys, so right here is where I'm working. A piece of trash on the sticky part is never good, but I'll be able to probably get by with it being there. It doesn't like it wants to come up. But yeah, so this is the section that I'm working on. I have this brown color that you can see I've done all through here. It's got to be finished all through here. I have a lot of this blue color, this hue that's actually this. And then these are, it's not white. It does look white when you put it down. It's actually a very, very pale greenish color or whatever. But yeah, so this is the weekly whip and chat. So welcome back. I'm just going to be working on some of these things as I talk, because that's what a work in progress and chat is about. I have really just immersed myself into the diamond painting community because it just is so good for someone to pass idle time and not feel, I don't know, to not feel like I'm wasting my time, but I'm not having to think a whole lot about it, if that makes sense. So that's what I have been doing, is trying to, work on this. I still have not received my Diamond Art Club artwork, which is what I was supposed to be working on right now. And so I started this thinking that there's no way I would ever finish it, and here we are. Yeah, so it's just taking a little bit longer for that to ship. It said that 2 of them would ship early October, and I'm guessing what that means is that the other one that was just a straight order, it was all in the same order, I guess. It means they're not going to mail anything until they're all in, which really sucks because one of them was Christmas related, one was Halloween, and one was fall. One was for my Chuck Along, and one was for Drills and Chills 2020, and well, I don't have any of that, and this is the only one I have really to work on. So I started working on it, and I have legit been going all day, every day on it because I'm bored and have nothing else to do because my life is sad. Oh my gosh, no, I'm kidding. My life is not sad, but I am bored. There's nothing to do really where we are, and with the state of the world and all, I've just been staying home. It's just safer to stay at home. If I'm exposing myself out and about too much, then it can hinder me going home to visit, because I like to, if you don't know, my parents live about 2.5 hours from me, and my dad is ill, and so because of that, if he were to catch the virus or anything like that, that would just be a death sentence for him. Whoop, I thought I picked one up and I didn't. So I don't like to expose myself a whole lot, and risk taking it over for my visit with them. I do try once a month or so to go and stay with them for a week or so, just hang out, help with anything I can help with, and that sort of thing. And yeah, so I try to be careful and mindful of the fact that I can't take anything over there that he could catch. So that means that I am hanging out at home. You may hear some noise in the background. As usual, that's going to be my baby girl, Izzy. She is snoring at the moment. She sounds terrible when she's breathing. She sounds like she's got pneumonia. And I've had her checked. They'd say that she's, her lungs are clear and that sort of thing. But I do worry. She will be 14 in December for anyone that happens to be new to my channel. She's my Yorkie baby. She's very much my child. And yeah, she'll be 14 in December, which is unbelievable. It just doesn't seem like the past 14 years have flown by so fast. But I adore my baby girl, and she is always right next to Mama. And so that means that even though she's right next to me, she's sleeping and everything, that doesn't mean that she's being quiet. Because she breathes heavy and she snores really bad. So, yeah, she's all okay. She's all okay though. You know, she just sounds rougher than she is. I don't know if you can hear her. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear that or not. It's pretty sweet to hear her being so relaxed, though. I love for her to be relaxed and to not feel sick or, you know, to be nervous, because those are all things that we battle. Yes, we do. We have to battle those things. She's getting older, and that's just par for the course. So I hope that your past week has gone well. I've been trying to put up at least one WIP and chat a week. At least I'm trying to make an effort to do that, because it doesn't require a whole lot of editing on my part. Let me get something to drink. So, yeah, it doesn't require a tremendous amount of work on my end to put up WIP and chat, so it's easy for me to film one. It's pretty much a one-stop shop situation because of that. So, yeah. I hear so many vehicles and other things, and it is so frustrating. I can't wait to get moved from here. Anyway, but yeah, I have been really, really busy just doing this, and I actually put up a video on planning, a planner video, yesterday or day before. I can't remember when it was that I put it up, but I did put up a plan with me. I haven't done one of those in a really long time, and I was super, super rusty with it. And it ended up being a really long one, which I know doesn't get as many views or whatever, but I was having a hard time speeding up. You know, it's kind of hard to do that when you're rusty, to, you know, and I cut out as much as, you know, in editing as I possibly could, but I mean, guys, you know, it's just, it takes me a bit to do a planner video, and I do try to make it as seamless and as professional as possible without a whole bunch of craziness. I know that the majority of my audience I have due to either, you know, planner or crafty kinds of things, and so I cannot see myself ever completely replacing planning, but I have had it take kind of a back seat recently because I've just not been planning. There's nothing to plan for. The weeks that I have planned to this point, which this past video was like a month or more, I think, since I planned, but it was about maybe doctor's appointments and things like that. I just don't, I don't have much going on. I mean, I'm like everybody else. And so, you know, I don't have a job. I don't work anymore. I'm retired. So, you know, I just don't, I don't have anything that I need to do each day. And you're probably like, well, all the more reason you should be able to film. But I mean, what am I going to film about? You know, like I can't just like lay down a spread and it be completely empty, because then I feel like I've just wasted the stickers. I feel like, you know, it needs to be where I'm actually doing something or have plans, or something went down that, you know, I want to mark down, because my planner videos, the ones that I have that are in my PP weeks, those are my functional, really functional kinds of planner. That's where I do all of my, you know, the private slash, you know, this is what I'm, you know, gonna do today, and this is who I need to call, and this is, you know, where I need to be. But since I've not had anything much to do, I've not been playing in it at all. And then my vertical planner, spiral bound planner, is a decorative planner, really, more than anything, but at the same time, I still feel like I am wasting, oops, dropped. Guess I'll just leave it there then. So yeah, I just don't want to waste, you know, the sticker kits and things like that. And so I have gone through my sticker collection and purged, like a huge purge, and I have a box full that I'm sending to a friend, but I have not had the extra money for the cost of shipping because it's really, really heavy. And so I've just been letting it sit there and take up space, but hopefully soon I'll get that out of here and get that to her, and she can be using some of that stuff because I don't want it to just go completely to waste or get thrown away. So yeah, there's that. And yeah, I did skip around just a little bit, but it don't matter to me. I don't have to stay in one particular place. It's all one color. I did order a pen with the last canvases. This is the one that just came in the kit. You always get a pen in your kits. And I don't use a multi-placer tool. Any and all of my paintings have all been single placed, individual placed. I put every single stone down with one. So that means that this, you know, represents a lot of hours of work. And, you know, I don't know, for some reason I feel like there's a little bit of more of a sense of accomplishment to me if I know that I have placed every single diamond in its place and I have completed the entire painting. It does mean that some of them are going to be a little bit crooked and that sort of thing, but it seems to work out in the end. I don't have any serious issues with placing or crookedness so far. Well, at least not in my round diamond paintings. The square that I did that was so large, the bicycle that I did, it was the square that caused it to be, you know, crooked, because they have to be placed exact. There's a little more forgiveness with the round, and I do prefer the round because of that, but also because they actually are more sparkly, way more sparkly than the full coverage of the square, and I like the way they look more. Some of the diamond paintings I have ordered are square. It's not that I don't like square, I just prefer round. But there are some artists who their work can only really be found in square version. And if you want that particular painting, you know, then that's, you know, you take what you can get. Now, if you purchase from some sellers on like Etsy or something like that, some of them will allow you to choose if you want square or round. And then they sort of kit it up for you in the way that you want it. So, you know, there are different sites that you can go to. I have been trying to do a little bit of research every day on some different kinds of shops and things, because what I'm finding from people that I'm following on YouTube is that there seems to be a really big problem with copyrighted artwork, and that people, or I should say not people, but companies, they just print the artwork without, you know, the ownership of the copyright. And so that means the artist does not get credit for their work, and that's never good. That would be like, you know, designing and creating a dress and it going down the runway and someone else taking credit for it. You know, it's the same thing. Art is art. And so I'm seeing now that some of the places that you order from, you're going to get just some stock photos, which are fine, you know, anybody can print. And I'm sure if it's a custom, you know, that's a little bit different too. But I am seeing that it is a serious problem with people stealing art and not giving credit. And so some of the places I've gone to shop, or at least look around, for diamond painting is it's there's no creative license there. There's no, they're just straight up stealing art, and they're not publishing the artist's name or giving credit, things like that, and that's just really not right. And so I have been trying to research and figure out how to find out, because when you go to shop in a shop for a diamond painting, you don't know if that artwork, unless it specifically states that it's a certain artist, you don't know if it's just, been hijacked or not. So I've asked a couple of people in the community how they choose their artwork and how they go about seeing if it, making sure that there's not a copyright situation going on. A lot of people use Google Images. It's not a perfect practice. I guess it's better than nothing. I don't even know if this one that I'm working on is a copyrighted piece or not. I mean, I don't know. There was no artist credited when I purchased this or the bicycle one. I do think these are possibly just stock pictures, which a lot of people will, or companies may use. But I am going to try to be more aware when I'm purchasing that that's not a problem. If you go to some of the more well-known sites like Diamond Art Club, things like that, then you really don't have to worry about that because they're very careful. It's when you start purchasing off of places like Etsy or just the internet or Amazon, then you're running a risk of that happening without even knowing. And while mistakes will be made, and I'm sure I'll continue to make mistakes or whatever, but it'll be out of really ignorance of artists and things like that, but I'm gonna try really hard to not let that happen. The only other thing I can think of as far as choosing artwork, I've mentioned before, is the difference between poured glue and what I have here, which is like a double-sided adhesive layer. And so it's almost like when you put it down, you can see around it. It's like a blanket, and it does move. So sometimes when I put my drills down, if I try to move them, it can pull just a little bit, which it's doing right now. But it's not terrible. It is a very economical, still just as fun to do, or whatever. But yeah, it's just I want to try and stick to poured glue because that's my personal preference, and I also would like to purchase from companies that I know are not stealing from artists. So yeah, there's that. I have thought several times about doing a custom. Diamond Art Club does customs and such. I'm thinking seriously about doing a custom and doing it of Izzy. I have a picture of her in mind that I'm thinking of using. I think that I would like to do it. I'm trying to decide if I want to do it in black and white though, because I've seen some pictures in black and white on different sites, and they look so cool. And it would be really neat because that way it's neutral, and it'll pretty much go with anything, And I just think it would be fun to have a photograph of her and have that translated into a piece of art. I think that'd just be really fun. I've always loved the Andy Warhol style color block situation, and I thought about doing one of those for her because there's lots of shops on Etsy that can do that for you. I thought about doing that once before, but even though I love the color in it, it's not like it is anything I could put in my home and it like go, I guess is what I'm looking for. Anyway, yeah, I thought about doing that, and I may do that in the future. We'll see. Yeah, we'll have to see. So anyway, yeah, so today is our first college football game. My alma mater, Crimson Tide, University of Alabama. They play today against Mizzou, and I'm looking forward to doing some fun stuff with some friends. Tonight we're going to get together and watch the game. Looking forward to that. I have been missing college football so badly. And I mean, it's just not been fall without it, you know? Like, fall is supposed to be pumpkin spice and football. And it has cooled off here. It cooled off after the hurricane came through. Hurricane Sally came through, and behind her there's been a little bit cooler wind blowing, which gives you like fall vibes and makes you like feel like you need to go get a coffee somewhere and shop and wear a scarf and some boots. Or at least it does me. But unfortunately I do live in the South, and we don't have like true blue seasons. We really don't. It's usually pretty warm here all the way until November. I mean, it has been 70 degrees on Christmas Day before. I do prefer it when we get cooler weather, but it's just not an every year given. So, yeah. But anyway, let me grab some more of these. I just like to shake a few. I probably need to do a thing for you to show you how I kit up for a diamond painting project. But I am waiting on some containers that I've ordered to come. It seems like I'm always waiting on something. So, yeah. But the last week or two, it's been really good. Even though I've been bored as hell, it's still been 2 very good weeks for me, mentally, emotionally. It seems like life has really calmed down a lot for me, which has been so nice. And so I've not had anything to fret over. And, you know, of course, there's some things that you're going to worry about no matter what. But as far as having something to actively fret over, life has calmed down a little bit for me, and I'm really, really relieved because I needed a break, you know? There's just something you can only take so much. So, yeah. I'm glad that those kinds of things have kind of settled down a bit. And, yeah, I have continued making some really good friends. I have finally come in contact with some really good quality people. And, you know, there's a lot to be said for quality people in your life. Truly, you know, the crowd you keep does determine your happiness. Whether you think it does or not, you may think, well, we're having a good time, but, you know, truly good people are hard to come by, and when you find some, you need to hang on to them, because there are a lot of people that are not so great, and if you know, the company you keep, if you don't already know, will definitely bring you down. And I didn't realize just how down I truly was until I cut the strings on some people and company that I had been keeping with. And yeah, so I think that I have felt a more positive vibe recently just because of that. So yeah, there's that. I don't really know what else I need to talk about with you guys. I mean, before I do this, I'm always like, okay, what kind of things that, you know, what are the kind of things that I could, you know, talk about or whatever. And usually I just am like, oh, well, just get on camera and start talking. You'll be fine. But that's just really, you know, here, let me put these away. I've done all of that one. You can see I still have plenty more because there's plenty more over here on this side. But let's go ahead and go in with this one in this area here while I'm talking. So, yeah. But yeah, I never really know what I want to talk about. I sort of just let it happen. But for some reason, usually always something comes to my brain and I'll talk about it or whatever. But yeah, I didn't really have any ideas about what to talk about this time. I just am doing the same thing most everybody else is doing, is, you know, surviving the pandemic and trying to not get depressed or whatever because we're stuck indoors and away from people. It's not like I can drive down to Mobile to the mall and go in and shop around or anything like that because, you know, who wants to wear a mask and go shopping all day long every day? Or, you know, in all the stores, just a constant mask on is so frustrating. And it's just sometimes you feel like it's not worth the headache to put it on. So, you know, I'll wear my mask to go buy groceries once a week or so, you know, and that's about it. So I've just found that staying at home seems easier. Now I am going to a friend's house tonight, but you know, it's a friend who, I mean, you know, we've been spending time together. Nobody's sick. We're all safe. We're still, you know, we're still being safe as possible, but we also know that, you know, none of us have been exposed. So, you know, and we've been around each other enough that, you know, you sometimes feel like you're quarantining together. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting my makeup on and putting on some game day attire and spending some time with friends. So, well, that was quick, guys. That was all of that color. Let's go into this next color. I have quite a few accessories for diamond painting that I want to, let's do this blue color. It's this U that is down through all through here. And let's start on this side of it here. Yeah, well, I just totally lost my train of thought. Oh well, it must not have been important. I have been sniffly with the change in weather. I am so sensitive to that. And before you know it, it's going to be time to, you know, set the clocks back. And for some reason that also messes with my sinuses. I don't know why. I've never understood why. It's just the change in seasons always make my sinuses act up. I've had sinus problems my whole life. I've had sinus surgery before trying to help the situation. But, I mean, guys, it's just like, when you live in the South, I mean, I don't know why it seems to be worse because you just seem to see more of it going on here than anywhere else. But so many different things that bloom and so many different things that, you know, tend to, like right now, make my nose itch so that I will, you know, have to stop and scratch my nose. And I mean, I've been sneezing and coughing, and of course if you do that in public, even though you got a mask on, the first time you sneeze out loud, then of course everybody turns and looks at you like you've just infected them with the Black Plague, you know. So it's like being in the South and having allergies during a pandemic sucks. Oh my gosh, does it ever. But yeah, I'm sure everywhere has its own, you know, difficulties with seasonal allergies and stuff, but it just seems like here we have so many things blooming that it makes you a little self-conscious when you're out in public and you sneeze or you clear your throat or whatever. It just seems like everybody's looking at you like, oh my God, are you sick? Did you just make me sick? Oh gosh. Well, anyway, I am moving right along with this, guys. I'm so surprised with how much I've gotten done. I'll have this one finished before those others can't have the chance to come in, which I guess is okay. I just had wanted to save this one for the spring, but I mean, there's so many beautiful ones out for the spring. And I'm sure Chuck Pinson will be releasing more on Diamond Art Club for the spring, which I'm looking forward to. So I'm sure that there are plenty out there that I will be able to find and enjoy, but I had just really wanted to be working on my fall / holiday related pieces right now, but I'm just waiting like everybody else does, and hopefully they'll come in soon. I'll do a haul for you guys so you can see what I purchased when they do come in, and yeah, that's that. So all right, guys, I think that I am going to put a stopper on this for today. I think I just want to go ahead and go take a shower and put on some makeup and curl my hair and do all the things that I need to do to get ready to leave so that I can go have fun with friends and watch the Alabama game. Roll Tide. I hope we win. And that's going to be it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed hanging around with me for a few minutes while I chatter while diamond painting. And I hope that you enjoy looking at my work in progress. So that's going to be it, guys. If you like this kind of video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button on your way out. And then you'll know every time I do upload. I try not to keep a strict schedule because I just can't promise that. But I am trying to do a WIP and chat once a week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday-ish. Sometime, you know, in those days, and then I am going to continue to try to sprinkle other videos in amongst all those. So yeah, you guys have a wonderful Saturday or Sunday wherever you are. I love you guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye.